Hey, what's up, guys? Today we're going to be looking at a guy called Martins Licis. I'm just kidding. It's Martin Licis. The reason I'm probably one of the only people online who can pronounce his name correctly is because we are from the same country, Latvia. He's a so-called strongman who travels all around the earth and looks for other strong people, so-called fighters. Not that they do any real fighting. Obviously, they have only learned the slave fighting methods. And he also goes to the gym. It's all BS. I think that the only other Latvian YouTuber that I ever reviewed was Monami Frost, the tattooed vegan girl, but she quit some years ago as far as I know. We'll see what he's up to.
For me, the nature in Bobo, when the people are so very warm, to me this town, the city is incredible. And I feel at home here.
Oh, he feels at home there. Nice.
They say you a Sanu now. My last name.
And for me, there's no experience that could be better than coming here to see Chef de Canton. That is unexpected, and for me, I'm very honored. We just met a king.
Yep.
King of Bobo, Chef de Canton. I said it correctly?
Yeah.
I was so nervous. I was repeating in my head.
Really?
Chef de Canton, Chef
You
de
said
Canton,
it
Chef de
perfectly.
Canton, Chef de Canton.
Yeah.
I did not want to mess up. They told me that I am now Bibi's brother.
The craziest part is that he's 34 years old. He's younger than me. I thought that he's in his mid-40s at least. He experiences a lot of stress, as you will probably see in the video.
I am Sanu. I'm officially a Sanu. You know, there's something incredible about these drums. At first, when I walked in, I was so nervous, I could hardly think. But these drums, after some time, I felt like I was hypnotized.
Yeah,
Like
same feeling too.
Eventually, all my body relaxed, and I felt like all I could hear were the drums.
It's very spiritual.
Yeah, and I really felt something. And then I felt completely at peace, and I felt so much love for the room I was in, for the people I was with, and just to be, of course, in front of the king, what an experience.
But the people in that room were not even living in this reality. They held their hands up. I don't know why. And I guess that they imagined how there's some spiritual being there with them in the room. Who knows? And nobody can understand it fully because even they don't really understand what they are doing. It would have been a better trip to go to Ethiopia and eat raw meat, or go to South Sudan and drink raw milk with the people.
Now I'm ready for wrestling. Just finish up my nap, reset my adrenals.
Yeah, he naps during the day because he has no energy, obviously, because he's stressed non-stop.
Do some wrestling. I feel like there's a fire burning inside me.
I'm glad we're doing this
That's what it looks like on the outside also.
in the afternoon, a little bit later, because when we saw the king today, it was like 45 degrees Celsius. It was hot.
For those of you that don't know, that's like 116 degrees Fahrenheit. Whoa, it was scorching. As we arrived,
Fahrenheit doesn't matter. Nobody uses that on this earth except for one population, I guess. Does anybody else use it? It's irrelevant.
At the location, immediately the soul could be felt. Nothing but mango trees and a ring on the dirt. No fancy gymnasium, just true, pure wrestling under the scorching sun.
Reminds me of this when we did mud wrestling in Pakistan. A sand pit on the side.
we're here. Time to wrestle. Probably said it's time to wrestle over and over again.
He goes mud wrestling in Pakistan, and then some kind of fighting wrestling here. And yeah, for what? You don't win anything anyway. You don't achieve anything. You don't prove anything to anybody. All that you do is create more wrinkles on your face and age your body and reduce your lifespan. What a shame.
This is all right. Salute. Martins.
Okay, to see you. I am the coach and manager of Athletic Licis. My name is Wont.
All right, so baby's almost right here. You just gave me the heads up to go outside, start warming up, and then we're gonna get the grappling.
Takes a lot of balls is what you're doing right now.
Thank you, brother. Traveling the world.
How does it take balls to fight people, which is not even real fighting? Nothing even happens in these fights. Tell me one thing that happens. Yes, sometimes somebody injures themselves, which is stupid. That's about it. None of this is real fighting.
Every time, fearful of getting mad.
I'll often say I'm doing this for fun to put on a kind face. But really, under the hood, so much more is happening. Every match, even if it's a friendly practice, a competitive voice secretly erupts in my head. Win. And I wish I could just shut it up. As the warm-ups commenced, my heart rate skyrocketed.
He is extremely obese. I don't say that to offend him, but just purely based on his BMI, I can already visually see that. I don't need to calculate it, measure it. I don't need him to weigh himself. He's a pretty tall guy, but that doesn't change anything, obviously. You can see that anyway. Yeah, if you do any kind of natural fighting, no rules, you simply fight. Just you set us out into nature and fight, I would win. Do it 1,000,000 times over, I would win any fight, 100%. He would have no chance whatsoever.
And all we were doing was lightly jogging, occasionally leapfrogging, and intermittently...
Yeah, but that's also the only thing you can really do, right? Because you can't move fast, you're not an agile, natural human being. You don't have the body composition for anything natural, I would say. Eddie Hall, for example, there was recently a video released of him running after some people. I would say that even a 3-4-year-old child is quicker than Eddie Hall. And that's how slow these people are. That's why in a natural fight, they just can't do anything.
Doing wrestling agility drills.
I just had to walk outside to be warmed up for this.
The heat, especially at a body weight of over 300 pounds, is excruciating. Even before...
Okay, yeah, there you go. I didn't even need the numbers because it's obvious, but it's confirmed now anyway.
Before getting to actual practice moves, my mind and body were cooked.
It's so hot, I'm like struggling with my breath. I cannot go to Brazil and do jiu-jitsu there.
Yeah, that's also not normal, man. It's because you have way too much mass.
I'll die. Wow. Never seen that before.
Through all my wrestling and jiu-jitsu training, never had I encountered a throw done like this, with your opponent locked in behind
When
you.
you fall a little, to be careful.
With warm-ups and drills done, it was time for some sparring. My opponents, Zakaria, the victor of the semifinals for Iron Babies tournament, and another foe even more daunting, Zondrisa, multiple-time Burkina Faso champion and prior wrestler of the Olympics.
That's good. Strongman power. Nice.
What's your ultimate technique?
That was stone lift and smash. I'm a black belt in strength and a blue belt in jiu-jitsu. If I didn't have my strength, I'd be toast completely.
He's a black belt in forehead wrinkles and aging. Nice, man. You just threw some guy and you do that over and over again. You do literally nothing. And then you're gonna die in your 50s, 60s, chronologically. In reality, you're basically there already. Jesus, he looks old, man. How can he be younger than me? This is just so crazy.
But I would also be toast if I only had strength. The fact that I have been grappling for years.
You have no strength. You're one of the weakest people on earth. Why would I win every fight we would ever do if you're strong? It's because you cannot withstand any natural strength. It's because you are used to being in a circle, like a caged animal in captivity, and there you then use your mass against the opponent. Naturally, in reality, you cannot do that because you cannot even get to the opponent. You can't do anything. This is the kind of body composition that can win in a slave fight when it's done in captivity. And even then, it's pretty tricky. Maybe if you're in a super small circle, cube or whatever, a ring, then yes, but anything done outside of that in natural circumstances, yeah, impossible. There's not even a possibility. How could he win against me? I can't even think of one scenario where he has a chance.
Even though it's basic skills, I know how to position myself.
You can't even talk. You have trouble talking. Oh my God.
To at least hold my ground and then find positions where I can use my strength in their attacks against them. I like to wait until my opponent...
You have no strength. This is not strength. Being obese and having so much mass is not strength. Being able to lift metal up and down is not strength. A strong human being has to be able to withstand any force. You couldn't possibly withstand any of my force. And a fight against him would take me a minute or two, maybe. Really not much longer. It would be a miracle if it would take longer than 2 minutes for me to finish him off.
Goes in for their shots and then use that opening to make my very brutal, barbaric, ugly attack.
Barbaric. Barbaric. You know what barbaric means? It's natural. It's wild. Barbaric. How can he believe that? It's the opposite of barbaric. You're literally the most enslaved guy on earth when it comes to fighting. Like, what you think is barbaric is the opposite of that. He's so delusional.
Going against Zondrisa, the Olympian, was no easy task. We had multiple rounds in which it proved very difficult to get a lock on this guy. His movements were fast, evasive, and I knew that if I had lost my footing just for a second, he'd be able to use my weight against me. Luckily, with a deep enough underhook, I was finally able to get the takedown, which took way longer and took way more effort than what's shown here. It took everything out of me, and my heat tolerance hit a wall. Zon wanted to continue, and I had nothing more to give.
Yeah, and then you hear the whistle, and it's over because it never began.
Oh, fuck. Like and subscribe.
I would never subscribe to you, and I'm definitely gonna dislike this video.
I do this for you guys. I feel like puking.
Yeah, because you have way too much mass, that's why. Because you cannot withstand any force, because you're weak. Think about it. Guy does almost nothing, feels like puking. And only with so much mass, only. Because it's by definition a disability.
Baby, tell them they have such good endurance.
They don't have such, well, they may, I don't know, but it's just that in comparison to you, because you're so weak, that's what it feels like. In reality, they're probably just regular guys, and because of your mass, you believe that they have great endurance. That's it. It's just that the contrast is very big.
Best shower you ever had?
This is nice.
It was nice getting in some rounds with these badasses. A couple days later, and it was time to witness the finals.
So the plan today, eat a burrito, and then just watch these.
Man, how much he wrinkles his forehead, contracts the face muscles. And he also eats absolute slave food. I'm not surprised, but yeah, good to know.
Epic Legends train, and then afterwards.
What a joke. His whole life, everything that his channel is about. Legends are people who don't know how to fight, who can hardly breathe after 10 seconds, and who lift up metal. So you live your life like this and you lift metal your whole life, and then what? What did you achieve?
Some technique and tricks on stone to shoulder that I think that would help these guys out. Of course, if you're watching this, make sure to like and subscribe. 95% of you that are watching haven't subscribed.
That's great to hear.
Got it? That looks nice. Much better shoulder mobility than I have, so he's gonna get some big numbers.
He caught me on a deload, so I think we're just building up to 70%. I gotta double check what that is. We're just trying to really nail positions today. We'll do a little.
Yeah, just slaves in their slave building, lifting up slave metal for no reason. Together with other slaves, that's it. Just animals living in captivity, not being allowed to do what they naturally want to do, so they go and lift metal up and down. Doing nothing, proving nothing, completely meaningless, zero fulfillment, an absolute joke, just chains around you all the time, completely enslaved. It's fucking embarrassing. Bullshit.
Closer to a genuine training session on the stones. This will just be position work.
Hi, Romar.
What are you doing today?
We're doing some deadlifts. We got 450 for triples. It's gonna be a bad time. A month ago, I won World Strongest Woman in the 73 kilo class, so I weighed in at 158. I'm back up to 184 at this point, trying to get big for the Arnold.
I like the positioning down here. And then I'm slow with it. I'm slow to the down here. Then it goes over.
Okay.
Okay, you can lift up a ball and hold it on your neck. So what? What does that prove?
See, it's very easy to roll the hands out left. Okay. Whereas if your arm goes up, you got so much more range to clear. So go. So steady. Allow this one to revolve. Yes, I do. Oh. Beautiful. Yeah, it's a lot more control, yeah. Or you, yeah, I'm here. Okay. Track. Let's go, girls. Up on the heels, yeah. Easy, there you go. Relax, baby.
You're not doing anything, you're lifting up a ball. They're all delusional. They're living in their own reality where this is somehow cool or an achievement. Yeah, it's an illusion. You're not living a real life. This channel is absolute bullshit. All that he does is go to other countries to fight some guys, and as I said, he wouldn't be able to withstand any actual natural force from a real man, which is why he does this kind of slave fighting. It's the only kind of fake fighting that he can do, because otherwise he would always be humiliated, which is what would happen if he would fight against me. An open fight without any rules in a natural environment. That would be fun. Not for him. It would be really cool if it was possible to set something like that up, or against Eddie Hall or any of those people. But it's never going to happen, seeing as they are way too afraid, and the humiliation that they would experience would be just way too much for them. And then he goes to gyms to lift up balls for no reason and pull and push metal for no reason. As I said, like a slave, because he lives in captivity, he's not conscious of it, he's not allowed to do what he naturally wants to do. And that's why these kind of guys believe that they are doing something, even when they do this fake fighting, because they believe that once somebody blows the whistle, and if they win, then it's as if they achieved something. It's an illusion. It's you being delusional. And then if you can pull a certain amount of weight or lift up a ball, which weighs a certain amount, then you achieved something. You did fucking nothing. It's all a joke. It's a joke on you, because you will simply reduce your lifespan, create tons of wrinkles, and in the end, What are you going to show your children, if you will even have any? I don't know what the situation for him is. That you lifted up some balls and now you're going to die in your 60s, 70s and leave your children behind because you wanted to lift up some balls or pull some metal? What the fuck is the point of any of that? Have a big family, live a long and healthy life, and stop this nonsense. You live in captivity anyway. No one's going to come and most likely attack you. Some people say that they do martial arts because they want to protect themselves just in case. You're living in captivity. What the fuck is going to happen to you? If anything would happen to you anyway, he lives in the US, right? As far as I understand. You can have a so-called gun license to protect yourself, which is going to be way better anyway. And generally, there's way better options to protect yourself. The kind of lives that most people live today, it's just pointless to stress yourself constantly. It's a whole different story in nature, but then again, you don't need to train to fight naturally, because we fight naturally with our natural bodies, and that goes down a whole different way. Whatever way you want to look at it, there's absolutely no point in actually doing any of this, what you saw in this video, because all that you will get out of it will be a short lifespan. For what? For nothing. Thanks for watching.